Hello world, I'm Connor from Beyond. Today we're looking at jump packs, specifically commanders who can get them. Now, there are two reasons we're looking at this. One, Night Lords, and two, Farsight Enclaves. Now, really, both are really interesting factions, and both have a bunch of jetpack commanders, so we can take a good look at how the current jetpack commanders work and interact in order to maybe get some ideas for how the others might in the new update, since, I don't have access to the beta. If you do, that's, good for you. Lucky. Now, the first one we're going to look at is the Chaos Lord, then Space Marines, and then there's a couple others that I'm just going to need to load new games because I'm dealing with RAM crashes when I try and load up Emperor's Children and Witch Hunters into the same world. So, first, we have the Chaos Lord. He does not start with a jump pack. Nor does the Space Marine one. However, you can get them by first researching Symbols of Chaos, Demon Strength, and then finally Jetpack. This does require you having a Demon Pit. It is Tier 3. Now, he still walks with his legs for reasons. However, as you can observe, he can in fact fly if he wants to. Now, the thing about it is, according to Discord, the engine's actually limited, so that while the game can decide, Raptors can't receive commanders except for maybe X commander that they decide to allow, say a commander with a jump pack, they can't make it. They can only receive X commander after an upgrade. It can't be tied to that. And so, if we look at the Chaos Raptors, we can't attach. We can attach to Marines still, and he loses the ability to jump, but there's no attaching to Raptors to jump with them. Plus, if you move them, the Raptors are going to go ahead because they don't use their legs much. I'm jealous. And now we have a similar story over with Space Marines, though it's a little bit different. First of all, we have Chapter Master Gabriel Angelos rather than our generic Force Commander. He gets Terminator armor, something nerdy like that. He does need a Relic, a Strategic Point, and Heavy Armor deployment, alongside being like Tier 3, 4. He does not start with a jump pack. As you can observe, he too is using his legs. However, if you get the Personal Teleporter's War Gear, it will allow him to. He does have attach, and we can grab... we need an armory for Assault Marines. Forgot about that. So if we grab Assault Marines, they have a funny animation. So now, Gabriel can attach to Tactical Marines. However, he can attach to Assault Marines, which makes sense, because, he can't fly. What's he gonna do? Our Terminators are in our barracks for some reason. If we call down Terminators, Chapter Master will be able to attach to them. Give it a second. So if we look here, look, he attaches. Now they can't jump or do anything because, well, they can't. They don't have jetpacks. If we grab Personal Teleporters, he does now have a jump. If we grab him over here, you can see he's not using his legs. He is wise. But he cannot attach to Assault Marines. Oh wait, that's the jump button. He can't attach. He can still attach to Tacticals, but he can also attach to Terminators. Now, what's extra interesting about this is if we jump, you can see he flies. If we jump with these guys, they teleport. If we give them a second. If we attach, what you will see... He didn't attach. Why didn't he attach? If we attach, we will have cooldown. He will teleport, even though he will actually make the animation for... he makes the animation for jumping. He bends down, jumps up, and then kind of disappears into the warp. And he has the sound effects, which is interesting. Now, if we attach Force Commander, Boreal, is his name, I believe. He also can... he can detach by accident. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys, they're right next to each other. He teleports. But so do you. So you can see he goes to fly up, but doesn't. And then when they teleport, and you can hear the sound effects. So that is some interesting behavior. He also flies and goes slightly ahead of his Terminator friends, but not much. So there's that. Now, there's a few other examples of some pretty cool behavior that gives us more insight. But I do have to load up other games, so see you there. Alright, before we get to the super interesting ones, we have a few to cover first. First of all, World Eaters. If you get the Cornate Lord, you will notice that he has a full thing of upgrades. These are all weapons. And then down here you have War Gear, that they're all mutually exclusive. You have Infernal Armor, Jump Pack, and Terminator Armor. We're obviously going to focus on the Jump Pack, because it's the cool one. It requires Storm Chambers and Tier 3. So you will observe. Now you can grab it. It takes a second. The Cornate Lord can attach to Cornate Marines, but not to Raptors or Salt Chosen. I assume these are Raptors, so I actually haven't seen them. Yeah. I actually haven't played enough World Eaters to know these guys, but we now have our Jump Pack. You can still attach to Cornate Marines, but not to any of these dudes. Sadly. In similar situations, you have... I want Witch Hunters. You have your Canoness, who can get a Jump Pack, but needs Shrine of Militant Order and then the Jump Pack research. So you have Seraphim, but do we have it? Yeah, we can jump, but we also can't attach at all because the Canoness doesn't attach. There is St. Praxis, who I'm not sure if she attaches, but even if she does, she requires the War Gear to get the Jump Pack, and so will not be able to attach to the Seraphim. You also have Salamanders, who has a Deathwatch veteran, who does not need a research to attach. He starts with it. However, you cannot attach a Assault Squad because your Deathwatch veteran doesn't attach at all. Like, there's just nothing here. And finally, the Tau Empire. You have the Tau Commander, who does require a research, but he can jump, but still no attachment, so you can't attach to Vespids or to Stealth Seams. It's not only the Tau Commander who can jump, however, for them, because if you grab first Tier 2, and then you can grab, we're going to grab Kayon, you can see Commander Lacoma, who also jumps, but also does not attach. If instead of Kayon you had gone for Monk Ka, you would be able to get Commander Longstrike from this vehicle beacon, but he also can't attach because he's a vehicle. Like, it's not Commander Longstrike, it's Commander Longstrike's gunship. Good luck attaching gunship to some Vespids. Like, it just doesn't quite work. What are you doing? Stay away, stay away. Anyway, so, with those ones aside, let's get to the two really interesting ones, and I'm quite excited to show them to you because they tell us a lot. And finally, we have the two factions that probably tell us the very most about how these jumping commanders can work. Because while the rule is, yeah, you can't change it, that doesn't mean the Unification devs haven't found ways to wiggle around this rule, per se. I did not know how to place things. Really? Okay. This is funny, but that should handle them. Hey, the prisoner squats are cool, but yeah. Anyway, that aside, we can grab these two because we need tier 3 really quickly. Our lavish capital. Because we need the Muriel branch. Lucius doesn't get anything this cool. He's a very sad boy. So if we go with the Fallen Sisterhood, we can now build the Defiled Sanctuary. We can grab a Slaneshi Lord, and you'll notice he walks with his feet. We can also grab Muriel herself, and she deep strikes, but you will notice she too walks with her feet. It doesn't have to be that way. If we can grab House Glah support, and then Glah Advanced Agents, you'll notice he gains an ability called Summon Fallen Angels. Now, he needs Glah Advanced Agents in order to summon these Fallen Angels. But Glah Advanced Agents also does something else. You'll notice he no longer is walking with his feet. He's flying. So, I want to show you something. While they're summoning, they take a second. You'll also know Muriel gets 3 upgrade stashes, and the second one gives her a jump pack, and allows her to summon Noise Raptors. Now, Muriel herself, even though she's now a jetpack commander, she can't attach at all. She wants to solo stuff. So, like... They shall love my whip. Yeah, no dice there. I thirst. Now, because the Slaneshi Lord and the sisters, or the jetpack Slaneshi Lord and the sisters, have the very same requirements, the devs could allow us to do this. You can attach them to jump packs, because if you have the sisters, your Lord can also fly with them. So there's no conflict, and so you can wiggle around the rule. It's wonderful, and I love it. Set them to ranged. Same person. And, I mean, how great is this? Also give them plasma, which, nice. Now, it is in their description that they only accept the Slaneshi Lord, which makes sense. He's the only jump pack commander it applies to you. Also, because the Raptors fall under a different requirement, you will notice that they cannot be attached, which a little sad, but it's fine. And you will also know he can still attach 2 Noise Marines, but he cannot attach 2 Warp Talons. That one's the Warp Talons here. No attach. You can only attach for mobility to the sisters, or the angels, I mean. Now, this was an example of the devs wiggling around the rule. Now here's one of them just ignoring it for the lulz. Now, Chaos Demons are very unique, because if they go too far away from their buildings, you'll watch, hey, their morale goes down. And when they run out of morale, they start losing health. This mechanic is called instability, and it's because demons are not supposed to be in the material realm. So if they're not near chaos stuff, they just start dying. Now, there's 2 ways to go around this. One, stay at your buildings, which works, but unless you want to play super defensively, isn't great. However, you can attach commanders. This includes the Lost Souls, who also happen to be your builders, and your Chaos Lord. You have 2 flying units as Chaos Demons, Screamers of Tzeentch and Furies. And you can attach these commanders to both of them. Now, the Lost Soul can fly, so, I mean, I guess that counts as a flying commander, but it doesn't do anything, so it feels like it doesn't quite really count. But, so that fulfills your interest. The Demon Lord doesn't. You still attach him, however, these Screamers are much slower and can no longer jump. As soon as I detach them, they go faster and can fly. That doesn't mean that the Demon Lord can never fly, though, because if we grab Dark Circle, we we need to select either minions or demons. It doesn't matter for this purpose. I'm just going to grab minions because it's favored. We grab tier 2. We now have access to Demonic Flight. Costs 50 power. And then Demonic Wings. We grab both of these. Demon Lord now, first of all, moves much faster. But he can now fly. And if we attach, you'll notice he can still fly. Now, the reason that this works and all the others don't is because due to Chaos Demon's unique mechanics, you're already able to attach Demon Lord, even when he can't fly, even to flying units. And this combines with the fact that you can then give him flight, that it allows you to, you know, do things like this. You just jumped your commander with a bunch of Furies. And this may not seem important. Like, why does he need a Fury entourage? Like, what's the point? There is a few things, however. Now, actually, I don't think Chaos Demons can do it. But if you watched the Night Lord's preview, I know I have, like 4 times, one of the things you may or may not have noticed is that Max attaches his Demon Lord, not his Demon Lord, his Captain, to the Furies. Not Furies. Chaos Demon's on the mind. He attaches his Captain to his Raptor Scouts. And the reason this is important is because when you can attach a commander that can infiltrate to a squad that is infiltrated, the commander infiltrates. You see this with, like, Thousand Suns. And you will see this with the Night Lords. When he attaches his Scout Raptors, who are infiltrated, the Captain infiltrates because all Night Lord units, including commanders, infiltrate in cover. So because he infiltrates in cover, and then attaches to a squad that's just infiltrated, period, you have a Captain that is infiltrated, period, and can jump. Like, I cannot stress this. You just have your Captain, and then your Talon Master, too, who's, like, it seems to me, at least, going to be a very strong hero, because he basically replaces your Librarian and your Chaplain. Although, actually, you do get, like, a hero Apothecary later, so maybe not quite as much, but your Talon Master seems pretty strong, and, like, the, not Sacred Artifact, but the equivalent, Vault of Terror or something like that, most of the upgrades are for your Talon Master and stuff, so that leads me to believe he's going to be pretty strong. And you can attach him to, say, Raptor Scouts, and just have him be able to fly, which he can already, but also just be permanently infiltrated. But it's not limited to Raptor Scouts, because they're not the only units that just permanently infiltrate and can fly, because you also have Raptors, who have been confirmed to infiltrate, and Night Raptors, which are renamed Warp Talons, who I believe also infiltrate permanently. So, imagine this. You're playing your game against a Night Lords player, you're fighting them, you know, maybe fight some tacticals, maybe fight some vehicles, whatever, and suddenly, 2 squads of Night Raptors, one with a Talon Master and one with a Captain, appear in your base and just wreak havoc. Like, you can already attack with, you know, Warp Talons with Emperor's Children, and I think World Eaters. And, like, Emperor's Children Warp Talons are very much feared, because they all have Lightning Claws, they all teleport, they're all infiltrated, and they all have Melta-Bombs. Like, actually, Emperor's Children are crack grenades, not Meltas. But still. Now add a hero, not non-hero, 2 heroes to that. This is gonna be pretty scary. And then, like, and you might think, well, wait, the Night Talons teleport, though. They don't jump. Whereas the, like, the Talon Master and the Captain jump. It is a fair possibility that it acts like the Terminators we just went over, that he'll have the jumping animation, but then not jump. And I may be wrong about this. It's a beta, and I don't have access to it. It may change. It may just not work like that. That's all possible. But based on what we've looked on today, it's very possible that it does work this way. And even if it doesn't, you can also do this with Raptors, who I don't know if they get multi-bombs. I looked multiple times, and we do not see what kind of grenades Raptors get, if any at all. We see Max tells us that the Sisters have frag, the Night Raptors have Melta, and I think we see, or maybe he tells us, that the Standard Space Marines, or the Terror Squad, have Hallucination or Terrafex grenades, while we don't see the Raptors. But even if they don't, the Raptors themselves get Meltas, so you can pair that, and I want to say they get Power Fists. I'm not positive, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they get Power Fists. So you can pair that with a Talon Master or a Captain to take out stuff. And just, like, looking at these results, no matter what they are, it seems like we can get some pretty decent stuff, and that's why I'm looking at it, and that's why I'm in this video. You also have the Farsight Enclaves, who, based on the look of it, I don't think the commanders attach, so most of this might not be relevant, but it's possible they attach, and if so, this would be good stuff to know. Like, this tells us a little bit about the nature of some of the factions, some of what we can look forward to. As well as just being useful for the current game. We can go, hey, wait a second, we can jump Infiltrated Furies and a Demon Lord. Actually, funny trick I just thought of. We have the mutation thing, which gives them Fire Breath and Infiltration. So, you have a Demon Lord walk out here. The enemy goes, oh, it's just a Demon Lord. I can snipe him. And then there's like seven Furies, all with like Fire Breath and stuff that like say I don't think so. So, like, there's possibilities here. But anyway, that's my video. That's about all I have for today. Do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, all that stuff. But that is all. Bye.